We'll move on to something new as well. We've got 45 Years, which is now on at the Tyneside Cinema.
Yeah, so 45 Years, directed by Andrew Haigh, based off another film based off a short story called In Another Country by David Constantine. Constantine? Like, is this another Constantine?
I think Constantine.
I always say...
It doesn't really make a difference.
It doesn't make a difference, but yeah, I just think about that. But yeah, based on the short story, and it won't be at your big cinema, so make sure that you look at it. It'll be at the Tyneside. Like, obviously, if you live
or your local independent cinema.
So go out there and support it. Anyway, it's just 1 week left until Kate Mercer's 45th wedding anniversary, played by Charlotte Rampling, and they're planning for the party to go well. Obviously, they missed the 40th anniversary because her husband Jeff has missed sort of
he had an illness.
He had some kind of illness, which means they had to cancel the plans for that, and obviously they had to do that. So Tom Courtenay plays Jeff. So obviously they've got the combination of Rampling and Courtenay, obviously two seasoned British talent, I guess, but actress and an actor. I was getting mixed up there, but yeah. So a letter arrives for her husband, which is detailing the fact that the body of his first love, of Jeff's first love, has been found preserved, completely undamaged by the weather in the Swiss Alps, completely hidden in the frozen places in a glacier. Yeah, and obviously that's starting to affect him. And by the time the party is upon them, 5 days later, there might not be anything to celebrate because it might have gone out of the way. But most importantly for me, this is just so... It was so low key. Like, I mean, I have not seen a film this low key in a long time. I mean, it was really the way that they sort of go about it. I mean, they do sort of have chapters of it. Like, I mean, there is sort of parts of it. Like when a day ends, it'll be like on to like Tuesday. You know, then it'll be Wednesday. Like it is like it's a very sort of simple day to night cycle of each day, but going through, and then obviously a big event at the end of the day, which goes on the next day, and that sort of, it leads the story onto each other. But it is just so low key in the fact that, I mean, especially the fact that there isn't. I mean, it's all diegetic.
Yeah,
like,
all the music is diegetic.
All of the music is in the, like, coming from...
Is in the scene.
From the scene. Like, I mean, like, from her radio. And I must say, especially the soundtrack is fantastic because it fits sort of their relationship so well. And that is exactly what most people are praising about this film, and rightly so, because...
The use of that music kind of really paints them as a proper couple, because it's music from their marriage, I guess. All the music is significant.
Yeah, I mean, exactly, because you've got sort of you've got all of these. I mean, it's just so lucky. I mean, you have got another supported cast. Obviously, we've got Mr. Rabbit from Utopia in there as well. You know, we've got a great variety of sort of British talent in there supporting them. But then
again, not much.
No, not much at all. I mean, it's probably just the speaking roles are probably about 10 to 15, and even then they've got about...
I wouldn't say it's that many at all. I'd say maybe...
Well, I'd say about 10.
Actual roles, I'd say about 5 or 6.
I know about like speaking roles, like even just one line. But it is most importantly, it's out Charlotte Rampling and Tom Courtenay, who are the fun.
I'm going to argue that and say it's not even about Tom Courtenay at all. Really, if you look at the film, most of the shots when they're together, it's only Charlotte Rampling in focus. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, that's very true, but I mean, I guess it is just sort of seeing there's... I mean, obviously, as the week goes on, he becomes more and more sort of, I guess, obsessed, best way to put it, about sort of what happened to his former love, and I guess you can understand that. I mean, if it was his former love, and then there's a twist within there that I won't give away, but obviously that just complicates things even more. And as the day goes on, you can see her sort of demeanour drop. You know, she seems a very bubbly person at the start, and then she just starts getting more and more sort of wary of what's going on, and just sort of tired and worried. Obviously, it's a massive day coming up for them, you know, but it is just so sorry to see that, the fact that she is just, I mean, it is just fun. I mean, for someone of her age, you know, I mean, like I was saying the other week, there doesn't seem to be many sort of big roles for like older people going on, like older people's stories, and obviously like they have some of the best stories to tell, you know, like a relationship that long will have a lot of stories to tell, but even then it's about their relationship going on now, and the fact that Charlotte Rampling plays it so elegantly and so subtly, and just, I mean, especially the final 10 minutes are just really just wow. I mean, the way that plays out is just so...
Again, the use of music in those last 10 minutes is incredible.
Subtle and sort of, it's really bleak as well, but at the same time it's just sort of putting a cherry on top of the whole thing. And I think especially, I mean, there's a sex scene in there which like, I mean, an elderly OAP sex scene which just really sums the whole thing up. It is wonderfully sort of warm, but obviously, I mean, it does have that sort of underlying sort of just what's going on, you know, the unease in the relationship, which just shows after even 45 years that things can still go wrong, and just something like that. And I think just for what it is, for something so low key and subtle, it is just a fantastic little piece of film. For something that's only an hour and a half as well, it's a proper character study. Yeah, and I highly recommend it.
You asked me after the film, did I enjoy it, and I said no, because that's not really the sensation you get from this film. It's really more about what's under the surface. Just as I suppose that's kind of a thing for the story as well. It's more about what's under the surface than like kind of what's in front of you.
Exactly. That's
and like I say, it's not really Tom Courtenay's film at all. He's in it, but it's really
He wasn't be written off though. I mean, he's a fantastic.
I'm not going to write him off. He was fantastic, but it's really not about him. And the film sort of gives you the slip there that you think it is, but then it's not.
I just love how the film just it gives you time to linger on the faces of the actors. You know, like there's no rush to get where it wants to be. It's perfectly paced. You know, it makes sure that there's no rush.
Indeed.
Lets you see the expressions and emotions.
Joe?
Yeah, very. I'd say of everything natural film. I mean, natural performances, just tight direction, especially in the house scenes. Everything, nothing really stylized at all. Just them two, Tom Courtenay and Charlotte Rampling. A brilliant performance by Charlotte Rampling. I mean, still got it. I mean, ultimately like 69. I mean, just constantly, working all the time, and she's really, excelled herself here. And it's I mean, the ex-lover's just like a kind of a constant presence every time they're in the house, and that kind of creates the tension within the kind of marriage. And the last 10 minutes is just like a really melancholic kind of. I mean, the audience didn't even, like, it was a full packed house as well. The audience didn't get up at all. Like, even though it finished, everybody was just kind of sat there like. Damn.
Makes you wonder just how many of those old people relationships were relating to that, like
it's possible.
That's a bit strange.
But very hard hitting at points. Just very about time lost, or if anything, if it was the whole relationship, if it was worth it, and all that kind of stuff in there. But really enjoyed it. Very melancholic.
It's not a date movie.
No.
I can imagine feling quite uneasy if you're a couple.
It's a proper real life, like obviously it's probably not real life, but like
any of the old people looking back, probably
any kind of long term marriage,
anything like that. And us, the young people, I was just kind of thinking if I was older, like what would happen if anything like that kind of happened, But it was very on bus ride back, just like very damn.
Yeah. Damn. That was number 10 at the box office, so it has been getting out there. People have been, as we said, flocking to see it.
Worth it for the performances alone.
It is, and if you do like the sound of that, you can go and see it at the Tyneside Cinema.